Hello there. My name is Ulf Lidman. Ulf is a Swedish name. I am originally from Sweden. I have, however, not lived there for many, many years. I am taking this opportunity to introduce to you a video blog that I am doing because of the coronavirus. I hope and trust that my knowledge and experience in the area of crisis competence and crisis counseling will be helpful to many of you out there. Uh, I do live in Spain. I currently record this from my apartment in eastern Spain. Uh, we are under lockdown. We are today at a number of almost 6,000 people that have died in this country. It's an enormous tragedy, and we need to together try to strengthen each other in this very difficult time. Before I show you how to get onto the video blog, let me tell you about myself and why I think that I have something to contribute in the whole area of crisis. I am not a doctor. I am a person who has worked in crisis work for almost 40 years. I started working with people in the war in Lebanon in the early 80s and have been working with people in crisis and war situations and relief and development work for many years. In the mid 80s, when the AIDS crisis struck Africa, I was working in Central African countries with the AIDS crisis and responding to that. And I have seen how people react and what is needed from a crisis worker in a time of severe international crisis. I moved from Africa to the United States where I was studying and working at the same time. I founded an organization in Hollywood, California, that was working for people affected by the AIDS virus. It was a very intense time where, as you remember, a lot of people died in a virus before the scientists and doctors were able to find a way to beat the AIDS virus. We are in a similar situation today. Parallel to working, I was also studying. I have two master's degrees from the United States. I have one master's degree in intercultural studies where my main focus was on crisis counseling. I also have a master's of divinity in family care and counseling. I've taken several courses after my two masters were done in cognitive behavioral therapy, in motivational interviewing, and feel pretty much like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to crisis work. After my years in the United States, I moved back to Europe where I have been working with refugees and refugee centers. I've been training people who work with people in crisis to help them to know how to best respond to a person or a society or a community that is in crisis. The last few years, my focus has also been this. I have taken the evidence-based methods and tools that I have used in crisis counseling and transformed them into leadership and how to lead in crisis. How do I, as a leader, as a manager, lead people in the middle of crisis? How do I lead people that are stuck in their crisis? And how do I deal with conflicts that is a normal thing that it occurs when crisis is happening? All of this I do with a cross-cultural understanding and, of course, knowing that crisis can be interpreted in different ways depending on where we are. So that was a short introduction, and please look below. You can subscribe, you can follow me through Facebook, LinkedIn, or directly look at the video blogs at my website, and you have all the links below. Thanks for tuning in.